Hello there, and welcome to Walters FC. This is a brand new channel that I've just recently made. Just wanted to sort of start playing some games, upload it to YouTube. I've been watching YouTube for many years now and just thought I'd have a little crack at it myself. Recently, one of my friends has started his own YouTube channel. I'll leave the link in the description. He is a keen golfer, as am I, and he's very much into his golf club, so he started to create that. And I'm very much into gaming and playing as many games as I can. So I thought I'd give it a crack at that as well, really. So there's going to be a variety of games that I'd like to try and play, record, try and get some commentary, some cool clips as well. But just something to begin with. Just thought I'd start off with a game that I know very well and I know is very, very popular, and that is Football Manager 2021. So I've been playing Football Manager now for a long, long time. I think my first ever manager game was Championship Manager 0304. Um, yeah, so a very long time now. So haven't quite played the 0102 version yet when you got the Taribo Wests and the Cherno Zambas of the world. Maybe that's a game I'll give a go at some point as well. Who knows? But yeah, just the idea of this save, I guess. Um, it's something I've experimented before in previous football managers. Um, so you just start off with a really, really low league team. You try and work your way up the football pyramid. You may jump from job to job here and there, and obviously you've got that ultimate goal of winning the country top division and hopefully winning the Champions League as well. So on Football Manager, this is a custom database that you can download. There's a guy that I follow called Dan on Twitter, not me, another person called Dan on Twitter. He creates this custom database. I've been following it for about 2 years or so now. Used it on previous FMs before. It's always been really good. Mainly been using it as to start a career with my Saturday football team that I play for. Unfortunately, they're not quite on this save yet. They're in step 13 of the English pyramid, but this save is only down to step 12. But I know step 13 is being worked on by Dan. So, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. You can check out his Twitter. He regularly posts updates on how that is coming along. So, anyway, the idea of this save is, as you can see, I'm unemployed. They've got no squad or tactics or finances to click on. And just to show what the profile is, so the idea of it is that I start unemployed, I find a club, try and do well with them for a couple of years or so, wait for another job to come up in a potentially higher division, and just sort of see where we go. So I don't really know any teams at my level except for the teams in and around Kent, which is where I'm based. You can see it says I was born in Gravesend. I don't live in Gravesend anymore. But yeah, I'm from the Kent area, so I'm a little bit familiar with some of the Kent teams. So yeah, the idea is what I'm going to do. I'm going to search around for a few jobs. You can see there's quite a lot available. I don't really know any of these teams at all. Obviously none of the director of football stuff. But yeah, the idea is that I'll go through some of the teams, apply for a few jobs, have some interviews. Have a look at the team, see what division they're in, what their promise is, and I don't think many of these teams will actually have real players. I mean, we've got no league history here at all. For St Joseph's Rockware of Worksop. So yeah, very interesting name. All the players are in greyed out, unfortunately. So it's just going to be a lottery of what players we've got. But yeah, the idea is that I'll find a few clubs, have a few interviews, see what we can get, and then yeah, so and hopefully go from there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look through, see if there's any teams I like the look of. Um, I won't go for any of the reserves or like this team here, Melksham A, just because I know from previous experiences with earlier FMs. If you take over an A or a reserve team, obviously you can't go above their first team. So you're very limited as to what you can do. So yeah, I'm going to search through a few teams now, and let you know what I come up with. So I'll be back in a moment. Hello there, guys, and welcome back. So as you can see, it's a little while later in real time. I spent the best part of half an hour just searching through all the teams, not each one going through individually, but it's just scouting through some teams, seeing if I like the look of them, and obviously the potential there as well. What you may notice is that I've got 6 news items up in the top left-hand corner. Um, I've applied for a few jobs so far. I didn't want to go through every single team and apply for all of them because that's more or less just a lottery. I wanted to try and keep the field small. So I've got I know who I'm applying for basically. So what we'll do, we can see we can go through a few teams here. So I'll go through each team individually. So the first one that we're on here is a team called Attenborough. I'm sure they don't have any relation to David Attenborough, but he is the reason why I applied for this team. Just because the name is quite iconic, be a good team to start with, and I have already applied for the job, which is why. So obviously, I haven't got the option to here. So they are in the Nottinghamshire Senior League. Yes, Nottingham Senior League Premier Division, which we can see here's in level 11 of England. I have absolutely no idea who any of the other teams are, but yeah, obviously we have applied for there. The next job I've applied for is Wembley City. Again, the same reason with Attenborough, I've applied for this job pretty much because of the name. I've been up to Wembley quite a few times to watch certain games over the years, mainly Tottenham games, when we played there for a season and a half whilst the new Tottenham Stadium was being built. So yeah, they are in the Middlesex County Football League Division 1 South and West. My God, that is a mouthful. And as we can see here, slightly smaller league, and they are in level 12 as well. So there's no relegation. Obviously, step 13 isn't here yet, and only one promotion spot as well. So moving on to the next one. The next team, I should say, not the next one. The next team is Southwick 1882. So no famous name or association with this team. But the reason why I have applied for this team is that the guy who creates the database, I mentioned him before, his name's Dan. On his Twitter, he plays for this team called Southwick 1882. Never heard of them before until I started following Dan on Twitter. But they play in the Mid Sussex Football League Championship, which you can see here is level 12. Slightly bigger league with 14 teams, an automatic promotion spot, and also a playoff spot as well. I think that's a playoff spot, but that would be pretty interesting to see how we get on. A couple of reserve teams in there as well. But yeah, obviously, be nice to manage them. Moving on to the next one, we've got Main Road. This is another one where I've applied for them just because of the name. Obviously, Manchester City's former home. Obviously, now they play at the Etihad Stadium. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Obviously, got the Man City's themed kits down here. And they play in the Northwest Counties League Division 1 South, which is in level 10. So it is slightly higher. So there is a chance that I may not get this job because it is slightly higher. As you saw earlier, my managerial stats, there is 1s and 2s all over the board. So you never know with ones like that. And obviously, because it is level 10, it's a slightly larger division. We've got 20 teams, 3 relegation spots, and again, we've got an automatic promotion spot and what appears to be a playoff place. Oh no, that's an automatic playoff. That's an automatic promotion place. So I do apologise about that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Moving on to the penultimate team, and we've got Q Park Rangers. The only reason why I applied for this team, because obviously it sounds very similar to Queen's Park Rangers, so I'm not sure if there is a rivalry there. Their stadium is in Twickenham, so it's in London, so there may be a little bit of a rivalry there. But they play in the Surrey South Eastern Combination Intermediate Division 1. Try saying that 10 times in a row without stuttering. Again, only a 12-team league, and they're in level 12 as well, so I'm confident we should get at least an interview there. And moving on to the last one. Unfortunately, it's not quite the Holland national job. That would be incredible to start off, especially with the stats that we possess currently. But yeah, just scrolling through teams, and I came across this, and I thought that'd be pretty interesting to apply for. A team called Holland. I don't think there's really much else about them. Obviously, nickname of the Mighty Holland there. But they play in the Eastern Counties League Division 1 South. If we click on that league, they're also in level 10. So, as with the other team that are in level 10, it's highly unlikely that, we may get there. I think sort of level 11, level 12 would be sort of more our region. But yeah, we've got Holland there as well. So now what I'm going to do, obviously I've applied for these here. I'm just going to progress a few days and see what we get for an interview. Hi guys, yeah, so I'm back. I've only progressed about a day or so since applying for the jobs here. Um, I'm not sure if there's a glitch within Football Manager or if it's because of the database that I'm using. Um, Despite the fact that I have no reputation. In fact, I've got 5% reputation, backed up by stars down there, Sunday League footballer. I don't even have any coaching badges as of yet. You can see I've got the wanted sign next to me. You probably just saw the teams that offered me an interview. And based on the stats here, I mean, I'm a terrible manager at the moment. I think even for level 12, I would be pretty poor against some of the other candidates. But for some reason, Wigan Athletic have offered me a job interview. Um, I thought it was like a joke to begin with, like another team called Wigan, but no, it is the former Premier League outfit Wigan Athletic. We're obviously bottom of League One. Obviously, season hasn't started yet, but they're in administration. Obviously, DW Stadium, an actual wage bill. Training facilities are great, and also Morton as well, who are in the Scottish Championship. So two very odd teams, and I don't quite understand why they've offered me a job interview. To keep the save realistic, I'm going to decline both, as although I've obviously maybe not so much Morton, no disrespect to Morton, but especially with the Wigan job, I may, obviously I want to get there in the future, but that would be skipping about 9 levels out of the English football pyramid. And I think if I actually offered for a League One job in real life, I highly doubt they would offer me an interview. So I'm going to politely decline both interviews. And they're asking me if I'm open to working abroad. Um, I haven't really given much thought about it, to be honest, because I wasn't expecting to be asked that question. But yeah, I'm just going to progress one day here just to see if we get any interviews from the jobs that we've actually applied for, and it doesn't look like we have. Just another question about why did you decline Wigan's invitation of an interview? Um, that's why I declined Wigan's invitation for an interview. Thank you, Football Manager. I'm going to politely decline that. But I was hoping to try and get some interviews here, but obviously it appears that I've not had any interviews or job interviews yet for the jobs that I've actually applied for. And I'm not going to skip ahead to Wigan, who are in League One. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the first video. So thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this. I'm not sure when this is going to go up live as of yet. I'm still very new to this and got to learn how to try and edit a video and try and do all sorts of fancy stuff to it. And I don't really have a schedule as of yet. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next time. Thank you.